nous attendez? Oui. Alors à tout de suite, parce que là on a une interview de qualidad qui nous attend, Marjorie Flonflon, c'est à vous.
Oui, oh oui, oh oui, merci Tipeka. Alors ça, c'était un show de malade mental, mais pour en parler un petit peu avec nous, on retrouve une icône de la musique britannique, mais pas que, Róisín Murphy. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
So I think we're going to be doing the translation in French and English. So I'm going to ask some questions. You're in Paris. Have you been able to watch any of the shows tonight? Est-ce que tu as pu regarder des concerts ce soir?
I can hear, I didn't see most of it. I went and looked at it a couple of times, but I was listening to, because my dressing room is right next to the stage. So I was absolutely blown away by both acts, but especially the first act.
Chigi.
Ouais, and I actually started to check her out because I was coming on the show, and she's a star, like, oh my God.
La green room de Róisín est juste à côté de la scène, donc elle a pu beaucoup entendre la musique, et elle est allée voir Chigi, elle est conquise, elle est fan.
Really amazing, and yeah, I mean, like, it's hard to describe why I like certain music, but I was thinking maybe when I was listening to it, there's an excitement to certain music. There's just a real excitement. And she's got that. They've got the production, everything's fantastic.
I just talk about sort of emergency on her music. Yes, but I can't describe what emergency, but it feels I'm hypnotized by her.
And
music.
the grooves,
incredible. And just the groove.
C'est hypnotique. Parfois, c'est dur de décrire justement la musique, pourquoi on l'aime, mais là, il y a une énergie et quelque chose d'entraînant, et la production est parfaite, dit Róisín. So Róisín, your career has spanned a couple of decades, and a little bit more, but whatever.
More than that.
whatever.
No, I'm proud of it.
It's
3
very
decades
good.
now.
And you're a very visual artist. You've really been able to develop and hone your art, both in sense of your performance and how you dress. Amazing outfit, which we should talk through in a minute. Donc Róisín Murphy, une artiste dont la carrière s'étend plus de 20 ans, 30 ans même. Elle en est très fière, et justement c'est une artiste visuelle, artistique. Là on parle un petit peu de danse. We're going to talk a bit about dance, because dance and activism is the theme of tonight's show.
Yes.
When did you think, wow, I'm being a bit controversial going out dancing? Because you started off dancing in clubs, just for fun, going out and partying as a young person in Manchester, Sheffield. But when did you go, wow, this is a place where I can evolve and push boundaries?
Right from the beginning. And I was very young when I started to go to clubs in Manchester, was where I was initially. I moved from Ireland as a child, age 12, to Manchester. And as I started to get 15, 16, I started to go to nightclubs.
Ouais, donc elle a commencé à aller en boîte à 15-16 ans, très jeune. Elle venait d'arriver d'Irlande enfant, et très jeune, elle s'est mise à Manchester à sortir.
Yeah, and they had every kind of nightclub, of course. And but for me, I started more in the kind of R&B and hip-hop, soul kind of stuff.
Là-bas, c'était le R&B, hip-hop et la soul.
And even though I lived through the rave sort of era, I didn't really gravitate towards that, if I'm honest. And I went to the Hacienda a few times, many times actually, but it wasn't really my thing. These smaller clubs with maybe more groove-based music.
Elle aimait les petits clubs avec le groove.
For dancing, really for dancing. And I liked clubs that were serious about dancing.
And dancing, actually, you see it a lot in your music videos. On voit beaucoup de danse dans ses clips, que ce soit avec Moloko and Say It Back, mais aussi Narcissus. Il y a des mouvements. Le mouvement est très important. Movement seems very important in your music videos. Can you tell us about?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's always been important to me. I mean, my aunt, who used to witness me really experiencing live music, because her husband was my uncle and he was a brilliant jazz musician, and I used to go and see them in the summertime on Sundays. They had the all day playing jazz, and she said she used to witness me really experiencing music through my body.
Ouais, elle voyait
dance.
La danse.
And I think I've always been like that,
La danse est toujours passée par son corps. C'est quelque chose. D'ailleurs, même sa tante lui a raconté que elle la voyait jeune danser aux soirées et aux journées un peu jazz qu'organisait son oncle et elle, et que la musique passait vraiment par son corps. Donc ça a toujours fait partie du jeu. We want to also talk. Can we talk about your look first of all? Est-ce qu'on peut parler de ton look?
Yes.
Can you talk us through it? It's beautiful.
Well, the coat is by a fantastic new designer. I can't remember the name of the French bought.
Donc c'est un jeune créateur qui a fait son manteau français.
I bought the hat yesterday.
Elle a acheté le chapeau hier à Paris.
And it's Hermès scarf.
Et un superbe
classique
Hermès, le carré d'Hermès.
I have many foulards.
Beaucoup de foulards, c'est important. On va parler un petit peu de son nouvel album Hit Parade. Let's talk about your new record. We were having a chat when we were preparing the show, and Flonflon pointed out very interestingly. Now this is maybe because we're pervy French people.
Watch out. Go ahead.
Because there's a song called Cool Cool.
Ah, tu voulais parler de Cool?
Ouais.
Oh my God! When I discover your first, I think it's the first single of your album, Hit Parade, Cool. When you pronounce cuckooing,
Right, what does that sound like?
in France, in
Balls.
French, you don't know?
No. Balls.
Well, it's balls in
It's
French.
like you're saying bollocks.
Oh,
But
no.
it's because we have a dirty mind. I think that's it, you know.
Not very sexy, is it?
It's very amusing and a little bit sexy.
It's sexier in French than maybe balls or bollocks.
Bollocks. No.
No, but it's a great new record.
Yeah.
What can we expect on stage tonight? Qu'est-ce qu'on peut s'attendre à voir sur scène avec ce nouveau disque?
There's a mixture of things. There's a few things from the new album. There's a few things from earlier stuff like Róisín Machine. There's Maloko. There's a little bit of everything, but it's not a very long set. It's a 45-minute set. I find it hard enough to curate a 2-hour set, you know, having met so many songs in my back catalogue now.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've squeezed as much as we can in.
Ouais, ça va être très divers. C'est dur de faire 45 minutes de set et de choisir dans le back catalogue, mais ça va être quand même intéressant. Moi, je suis aussi très intéressée par le fan club de Róisín Murphy, comment elle a fédéré tout de gens qui se sentaient peut-être un peu marginalisés et qu'elle a une figure de confort. I like your fan following and your fan base, and that you've attracted people who might have feeling a bit left out, you know, or secluded to certain, you know, areas, and like you've brought people together, and I think that's great.
Very diverse.
Yeah. And then when did you realize your power, you know, the attraction?
Gradually. I mean, I think it's been a long journey, my career, and it continues to be a journey. I mean, it continues to be surprising, and I don't know where it's going still, you know, so it's a bit of a weird one, my career, to be honest.
Sa carrière a vraiment évolué. Alors c'est vrai que graduellement, elle s'est rendu compte de qui étaient ses fans et que voilà, c'est quelque chose de graduel qui se construit encore. C'est vraiment pas fini. C'est vraiment un truc encore qu'elle découvre au fur et à mesure. Et voilà.
Il y a, je te laisse traduire. Il y a toujours un contre-pied qui est pris, même Róisín Machine. Everybody made a disco pop album, and when you do Róisín Machine, it's the same but very differently, with another look, with another other angle, and I think it's very interesting when you doing.
Because I didn't, you know, with me, it's never that we sit down at a board meeting in the record company and go, okay, Róisín's new record is going to be disco pop.
Right.
You know, it really, every record and everything that I do, genuinely, it's just, I live, and then the thing comes out of the way that I've been living. And that's going back to talking about dancing. Dancing in clubs led to me making music, you know. It was really not a big plan.
Right.
And my whole life, my whole career has been like that. But Róisín Machine is not a disco pop record. It is actually a Sheffield record. It is so, the DNA of it and the root of it is so Sheffield, because it's, I lived in Sheffield for many years, and Parrot, who I made the record with, is a very old friend, and it has like a backbone, like a hard kind of ruthless kind of Sheffield feel to it.
The steel of Sheffield.
The steel of Sheffield, exactly.
Et donc Róisín, donc c'est des albums quand elle les prépare, ça se fait pas dans un bureau, dans une salle de conférence. C'est vraiment quelque chose qui se fait comme quand elle a commencé à danser et comme la danse par le feeling. Et donc elle va vraiment avec ses émotions. Et par exemple, Róisín Machine, c'était un retour aux sources de Sheffield où elle a vécu, elle et son producteur, et vraiment on va dire l'acier de Sheffield qui était une région connue pour ce genre de style. I'm also interested in your talking more about visuals. On stage, you dance a lot, obviously. Donc, évidemment, elle danse énormément sur scène. Mais il faut quand même beaucoup d'adrénaline et d'énergie pour faire aussi les changements de costumes. You also need a lot of energy and adrenaline to keep going on the dancing and changing costumes. How many costume changes can we expect tonight?
A few, you know. No, not full costume changes. Because we have a stage tonight that's surrounded, you know. So my assistant Simon, who's been with me for many, many years, and isn't, you know, super fashion guy, he's just a real crew person who deals with the hard job of my clothes. We'll have to come through the audience actually somewhat to get to me tonight. So I don't know, it might be a bit of a mess tonight as far as the changing. I don't know. We're going to try.
Ça va être un peu un challenge ce soir. Elle a quelques changements de tenue, mais on ne sait pas combien. Et surtout, comme vous l'avez pu le voir, chers spectateurs, la scène est carrée. Et donc, son assistant avec qui elle travaille depuis des années, qui est plus qu'un assistant, c'est un roadie, un clothes roadie, va devoir apporter à travers la foule ses fringues et que les changements risquent d'avoir des accidents. Donc, il va falloir être gentil. Merci beaucoup pour ça. Thank you so much for this insight. Who would you say are the musicians that you look forward to seeing nowadays? Who are the ones you're like, oh, they're active, they've got a message and they're clear with where they're going that you like?
That I like to see now. I mean, you know, I would like to. There's many older artists that I would love to see that I've never seen.
Oh, like who? Il y a des artistes qu'elle a pas encore vus qui sont un peu plus vieux.
I'd like to see Van Morrison, who I've never seen. I mean, one time, a couple of years ago, I was at a festival and I could hear music going and I thought, okay, that really is good. That's great music. I didn't know what it was. And it turned out to be John Cage.
Oh, okay.
And so, like, I am a bit old-fashioned. I sort of really would like... I resent and I'm very sorry that I never saw Prince when he was alive. That killed me when he died, actually. It really hurt because I just kept thinking, I'll see him one day.
Elle aimerait bien voir Van Morrison, elle j'aime John Cage, elle a aussi des ambitions, enfin des artistes très très old school qu'elle aime beaucoup et elle gros regret, pareil pour moi. Et
pareil pour moi.
On aurait
the same for
Prince,
me.
Yeah, a big regret. Prince and the Cramps. Voilà. Mais merci beaucoup. Est-ce que tu peux, tu vas revenir en France faire des tournées ou en Europe? Are you going to be back in France and Europe for more tour dates that you can announce?
I'm going to America next and then to Australia. So I'm not ready to announce anything, but I'm sure next summer I'll be doing some festivals and so on. We'll see.
Donc il restera des festivals et puis les États-Unis et l'Australie avant ça. So if you're in Australia or because we have a lot of viewers watching us from America as well, go see Róisín Murphy soon.
Oh, go, definitely.
Yeah. And do you have any questions from our...
Je voulais parler, I would like to talk about your collaboration with DJ Kodze.
Yes.
It's a producer I love very much since his album Amygdala, I think, in the 2015. No, yes. And you were in the album Knock Knock.
That's right.
And this is the beginning of your friendship collaboration.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why go back with DJ Kodze in your own album?
I was absolutely delighted when he said he was interested in doing that after I'd made 2 tracks for his album. This is a dream, you know, and he said to me, don't expect it to be quick. Don't tell me how long it needs to be. Don't expect any particular way that it's going to work. And I had to be very patient, and it took 5-6 years even to make the record, and we made it very much in our spare time. It was like a hobby, you know. And he really does only work when he feels like it. And so I had sort of best talent I had, I think, on this album was patience. But yeah, I mean, who wouldn't be delighted to work with Cozy? I mean, you'd be crazy not to just really go with it, and I did.
C'est un travail de longue haleine, justement, où le plus grand talent qu'elle ait eu, c'était la patience, parce que c'est un artiste qui aime travailler en son temps, qui aime aussi aller avec ses humeurs. Donc, ça a pris 6-7 ans et c'était un peu quelque chose qu'ils travaillaient en leur temps libre, en dehors de leur autre travail.
On a new record label, on Ninja Tune. You have the same path, I think, le même chemin.
Ouais,
you have the same path of the band Metronomy.
I'm not on Ninja Tune anymore.
You are not on Ninja Tune? Oh, no. It Parade is not on Ninja Tune. Sorry.
Whole story there.
It's my mistake.
But yeah, no, thank you so much for having joined us here on the Ground Control.
Thank you.
And we're very interested as well as following you on the internet, because you've just flown with it. You're much better than me at doing your live blogs and like chatting to people and being yourself on social media. How hard is it? Est-ce que c'est dur d'être soi-même et de prendre le pouvoir sur les réseaux sociaux quand on est un artiste qui est pas genre les TikTokers de jeunes?
You say be myself, but I don't give everything, you know. I try to be very creative actually with it and use it in a sense of like, oh, I might just make a little film and so on. I mean, I can show you me with no makeup and doing things, and that's fine. But I'm not going to tell people everything about me and my life and the mundane. You know, I'm not interested in the mundane. I'm interested in the creating the fantastical in a way.
Elle aime bien être créative. Elle peut se montrer sans maquillage, mais elle va faire des petites vidéos rigolotes. Elle va pas raconter ce qu'elle mange au petit-déj ou raconter ce qui est banal de tous les jours.
Yes.
Yeah.
Et comment voyez-vous la création à travers les réseaux sociaux, justement, la création musicale, ce que ça peut apporter, le fait d'avoir que les chansons se soient raccourcies, etc.
How do you feel about how also social media like TikTok has influenced the way people consume music? Say TikTok, like 30 seconds.
Consume and create music.
Yeah, and create specifically towards it.
I wish, you know, I could, honestly. I don't judge. I just wish I could do it, to be honest. And, you know, I thought maybe that Hit Parade had something of that in it, that there was something so kind of like
immediate.
There was a bizarre, immediate, but very bizarre, like unique thing. But I think it's not just that. I think you need many things, and you need look, and you need timing, and you need just insane things happen on TikTok. You cannot predict in any way.
On peut pas prédire ce qui va se passer sur TikTok. C'est assez unique. Il y a un questionnement de timing etc. Mais elle-même, elle juge pas. Elle aimerait bien savoir comment faire. Elle pensait que son Hit Parade pourrait peut-être rentrer dans cette lignée-là, mais en fin de compte, c'est autre chose. C'est un feeling et il faut être juste avec soi-même. Róisín Murphy, thank you so much. It's been an honor having you here. And we're going to let you get back and have a little rest before you get on stage.
Oh, that's great.
And thank you so much. Merci beaucoup d'avoir été avec nous.
Thank you.
Sur Ground Control.
Wonderful.
Merci.
I don't have to go and stand on that middle part.
Not yet. I think you're going to have someone come and pick you up. La la la. Let's see. Yes. This is live. Ground Control.
J'aime ça, j'aime cette énergie.